I'm back with another Front Row Talk podcast, the podcast with expensive opinions. Before I start, make sure you subscribe, you like, you comment, and you share this video. Check the description down below where I have my link to my TikTok, Twitter, and Instagram. Um, Check last week's episode 158, where I talked about episode 2 of Iceman. We know Drake is currently doing rollouts for his new project that's on the way. I give my thoughts on that and kind of broke it down a bit. As you can see, for this episode, I still will be talking about music, just different artists. So let's get straight into it. So as you can see, I'll be talking about Gunna's upcoming album and Little Baby's upcoming album. Um, I don't remember last time I talked about those two artists up here. Um, it's been a minute. Probably last time I talked about them, it was probably still cool. I don't even know. It's been so long. But Gunna's dropping an album. It's called The Last One. Um, I think it's his last album under YSL, if I'm not mistaken. Uh, and I think he dropped a single or two uh, that will be on the album. So he kind of dropped it to, build the hype and stuff. What artists would usually do. I think one of the songs' name is "Won't Stop." It's pretty good song. I normally be listening to it when I'm hitting, workouts in the gym and stuff like that. But yeah. So I mean, there's supposedly the track list. I mean, I think he posted it. I think that's Chinese. Correct me if I'm wrong. And people just kind of translated it. So, but we do know it's 25 songs, and I feel like this is a album with a lot of songs, which is fine, as long as once we hear it, it's just not a lot of like fillers and stuff like that. But Gunna's an artist who's always dropped good music, so I definitely think that there will be a lot of good songs on here. Um, I don't really want to go off by the songs that I'm seeing here or like the title of them, but it seems like a lot of people are keeping the same, like off the translations that they're doing. They all posting the same name, so I'm just gonna go with this one. I do think this is what the track list will be, even though I don't know if the official track list is out yet. But track number 1 is called Many Nights. Number 2 is Let That Sink In. 3, Just Say That. 4, GP. 5, Sack Pace. 6, At My Purest, featuring Offset. 7, Biting My Game. 8, Prototype. 9, WGFT, featuring Burna Boy. 10, Forever Be Mine, featuring Wizkid. Then we have another track called Again. Then another one, Endless. I think 13, I Can't Feel My Face, featuring Nietzsche, if I'm saying that right. 14, Podcast. 15, Clubhouse. 16, Satisfaction, featuring, I don't know how to say that name. I'm not even gonna try. 17, Fuck With Your Boy. 18, On Me. 19, Real Occasion. 20, Made For This Shit. 21, Can't CFWM. I don't know what that stands for. 21, What They Thinking. 22, Showed Them. No, 23, Showed Them. 24, Won't Stop. And then 25, Him All Along. I think the last two songs, Won't Stop and Him All Along, are already out, if I'm not mistaken. But yeah, I think it's dropping this week. I mean, by the time you guys see this, on the 8th. Yeah, it's dropping on the 8th. But Gunna says his new album is coming this Friday. It'll be his last project on the Young Thug's YSL. And that's kind of interesting because it's like once he drops that, then he's no longer, in contract with YSL. It's interesting to see, what he'll do next. And of course, I think it's kind of probably a bit uncomfortable. But I mean, he has to drop the project under them. And it's interesting because I want to see what he has to say. He's not the most lyrical, but, he definitely will have certain things to say. Even though he's been a bit reserved and hasn't really spoke on the situation since it happened. And it's been a couple years since that now. So I do think he's just gonna drop good music with good beats, of course. Like I said, it might be 2, 3 hits in there. 25 songs is a lot though. Nowadays, people, if you drop too little, they complain. If you drop too much, they complain. So of course, people gonna have to say stuff, no matter what. Especially with the narratives that people run with Gunna. But I think that those narratives kind of died down. Nobody even cares about that whole snitch stuff anymore. That's just truly what it is. I mean, I don't think anybody. Um, I mean, of course, some people probably view him as that. Some people don't care and still consume the music. Nobody really, looks that deep into it anymore. I do remember when we was in those times though. But yeah, Gunna's gonna definitely deliver. I'm excited to listen to the album. I do see songs like I mean the Offset one might be pretty tough. I mean Offset, he could get it into a bag. A lot of people saying the Forever Be Mine with Wizkid, it's gonna be a banger. I definitely see that song probably being good. Um, I think he had more features. It just seems like it's 4 features. But I mean, if I had to choose, I feel like GP might be tough. The one with Offset, like I said. Um, On Me might be tough. And yeah, I feel like those are the only songs that really like stand out to me. I haven't heard a snippet. I mean, of course, like I said, there's 2 songs that are already out, but I haven't heard a snippet. I haven't heard nothing like that. But what I do know is that Gunna makes good music. His beats the beats he be on be tough. He be flowing. So I'm excited. What I have realized is that so much artists are like dropping music. I mean, I did say a lot of music will drop this summer, but so much artists are like dropping music like back to back to back, and I feel like, of course, it's because they owe the fans, and some people just want to feed the fans and take the opportunity to have a song of the summer and all that. But I honestly do think is that I feel like they know that Drake is about to drop. And I mean, it was just like this when Kanye was about to drop a couple years back. I feel like when like the big artists, I mean, tier S, tier A list artist type, they drop. I feel like a lot of people either like postpone or push back their stuff or just drop it. I don't know if an artist is just comfortably dropping on the same day as a big artist like that, just because of course it takes shine away from your work, and you probably feel like you've put in so much work for the album that you want to give your fans that if you do drop it on a day where an artist like Drake drops, it makes it a bit harder for people to consume your music just because of the artist that he is. So I do think that a lot of that is going on right now. I mean, we getting Gunna this week, we getting Lil Baby next week, and I'm gonna get straight into the Lil Baby. So for Lil Baby's album, the name is The Leaks. Um, it caught me off guard um, that he's dropping, and I mean I thought he would drop back in May. I think he was gonna drop an album called Dominique. It never dropped. So a lot of people are saying, is this what Dominique was, and like just the name changed, or is just this something totally different? But it seems like he has a lot of features on there, and that'll come next week. Let me see. And there is a reason why I'm not speaking about this Lil Baby stuff next week, and I'm speaking on it right now because I have a feeling something else musically is gonna happen next week, and I'm gonna just talk on that. But from what I'm seeing, because I mean, there's really not much stuff for Little Baby's upcoming album either. I mean, he posted like some blurry picture, like on a whiteboard, with like 17 songs written on it, and I could barely tell the name of these songs. We have one called Much Longer, Violation, ooh, All on Me, Mr. Trendsetter. That's all I could really tell. I might be wrong. I mean, there's like 2, 3 songs that are you could clearly see it, but the rest is like, and I mean, of course, you probably took the picture that way, have people guessing or trying to see the name of the song, trying to kind of build a pipe for the album. But the features, from what people are saying, is Playboy Cardi, Young Thug, Lucky, Rilo, V's, and more. And I mean, of course, Young Thug being on Little Baby's album and not on Gunna's is, we know, you know, we clearly know why. I don't think it's a puzzle at this point. We know who's on whose side and stuff like that. Um, and I mean, that's just one way to show it. Just them never collabing again, which is tough because I mean, these artists made great music together. But of course, real life stuff happens behind the scenes, and it affects the business side of things, or just the music. Um, but like I said, Gunna's still dropping heat, and then if Lil Baby's coming with this called The Leaks, plus the Dominique stuff he said, he also got stuff for his fans as well. Both artists, I like them a lot. Lil Baby was once in my number two, like out of my top 3, 4 favorite. Um, I say he was because I do feel like he got a little. I wouldn't say he fell off because I do still think that he could drop something where everybody have him, back up there again. And I mean, people may already have him up there and never had change for people. I'm saying with me personally. Um, this last project that he dropped, I don't even know if I remember. I don't even know if I talked on that. But I like a couple songs from it. But overall, it was just like, it was cool. But with this, I mean, I haven't heard a snippet of this either. So I'm interested to see what he got to say, the type of beats. The production, for real, the production is what I'm really mostly worried about. Because I feel like we need a Lil Baby album with good production. And, just him speaking. I mean, I don't, I'm not trying to get a specific message from Little Baby. As long as the songs are good, he's not just yapping, like, saying BS. Then again, I don't really want a specific message. But I'm really heavy on the production side of things with Little Baby. I think that that's something that he probably, gotta hit, like, get himself a personal producer. He probably already may have one. I may be chatting. But I feel like the production gotta be really good. Whether it's on this, I mean, it has to be good on this. You want your production to be good on every album. But whether it's on this or Dominique, if Dominique is still dropping, if that's still a thing. Um, and yeah, we're getting that next week. But yeah, I haven't really heard much on that. Which is why I'm not leaving it for next week. Uh, and I think I'll come up next week, talk about more music. I have a feeling that, we might get episode 3 next week from Drake. So we might see if that's true. If it is, then I'm gonna be speaking on that. Well, depends. It might be not next episode, the one after that. But yeah, whatever. So Lil Baby dropping a project called The Leaks. So and I wonder why that's the name. It'll be funny if those was just like throwaways. Hopefully they're good throwaways if that's the case. I don't know. Um, and yeah, that's really it. I feel like we're getting a ton of music this summer. Um, we're already in August, so the summer's kind of, starting to say it's goodbyes. We have a lot of days left, but we're literally in the last month of the summer. So um, I know artists are gonna, try to drop, whether it's the album, singles, be on features, whatever the case may be. I'm excited for this Gunna album that we getting. By the time you guys see this, the album is out for Gunna. And I'm interested in knowing to see what he's gonna do next after, he drops his last album on the YSL. And then we got Lil Baby next week. So I mean, you could probably expect some shots being thrown, whether it's from one artist or the other, or both, to be honest. Um, and yeah, that's really it for this episode. I'm just excited. New music is coming out. Um, that's all I could really say. Make sure you subscribe, you like, you comment, and you share this video. Check the description down below. And your boy Salcita is out.